Today, we're going to run with it. And this is how gratitude leads to success. I'm going to give a couple of seconds, a minute or so for people to come in and get tuned in. Make sure everybody can hear me and what I'm saying. It's going to be good. And who knows, I might give the people what they want. A lot of people, they were like, oh, these topics are good. So we're going to see. We're going to see how this rock. We're going to see how it roll. Give more people a few times. Say hello. Drop a comment and say, hey, I'm here. I'm ready to learn. I think today is going to be some noteworthy information, you all. I'm going to share about myself and my gratitude success journey. For sure. For sure. So, all right. Y'all ready? Can you close my door, please? All right. So, I hope you guys are having a wonderful quarantine day. Staying healthy. Because, honestly, I really want you to be healthy and at your full potential. But to dive into today's topic, it's a couple of things that came to mind when I was taking this poll, and I'm like, I'm going to be doing these every Thursday, so y'all can just make sure you're tuning in at 8 p.m. on Thursdays. Hopefully nothing changed, but while we're quarantined, we might as well get a lot of knowledge that we can, and I'm going to be sharing my story through my own journey of gratitude. But I'd like to start off with saying that I started to study success back in 2017. And one of the biggest things that I heard and that stuck with me was your morning routine. And I was like, okay, morning routine, like what is that? What do successful people do? You know, what do they do to have a successful life? And it started with their morning routine. However, there's so many different ideas, definitions, and imaginations around what success even is. So the next piece of that is defining success for yourself. As you can see, us being in quarantine, and let me start my timer. 15 minutes. Us being quarantined can say a lot about success. Actually, it definitely can say a lot. Number one, it reminds you that we are human. And a lot of things are out of our control. We just can't control it. And I know a lot of times in the world that we live in, the society that we live in, we want to control a lot of stuff. But I'm here to say today you can control your definition of success and how you want to be and see yourself successful. Like I said, if you're just getting on this live, say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know your ears are tuned in. You can put an ear emoji saying I'm listening, or whatever the case may be. I thank you all who are joining, going to join, and already joined. It wouldn't be anything without you being here. So special shout out to you. I just think that you guys are amazing for engaging with me. And so going back to the definition of success, man, this journey has been a good one, but a very testing one and challenging one. But if you don't know this amazing guy, and for some reason his name leaves me. So I'll go into this book called The Go-Giver. And there's this story that is being told about the 5 laws of stratospheric success. And the one that I want to focus on today, which I'm going to deep dive into, is the law of authenticity. Thank you for the ear emoji. Yeah, listening. That's what's up. So he talks about the law of authenticity. Man, y'all, do you understand what I'm saying? The law of authenticity. Can anybody guess what that law even states? If you can, drop it in the comments. I'd love to see what your thoughts are. So, a great man said once that success for him is defined as one, knowing his purpose. And he knows his purpose through his passions and his giftedness. And he asked himself those questions about, what do I care about and what am I good at? So that is him finding out, what do I think success is? Passion, what am I passionate about? And what am I gifted for? You know, that is what's going to help you push to a successful life. He said the second thing is growing to my maximum potential. People and places and businesses are happy when they're growing to their maximum potential. Let's just be honest. When things are going at a good rate or an expected rate because of the work that you've put in, you're excited about that. You're excited about that. But if we go back to the law of authenticity, I'm going to break that down, growing to your maximum potential personally. I know a guy who has a brand that's called Living Beyond Potential. So we could even take it that far and say, let's live beyond potential. But we definitely want to grow. And I agree with his definitions of success. I like those. I very much relate to those. And then the third piece of that is sowing seeds that benefit others. Drop mic. Because I think a lot of the times that we have our, maybe a misconstrued idea of what success is. And he says that sowing seeds that benefit others is how he knows he's successful. That's how he defines his success. That means the seeds I sow, it's all about the seeds I sow, not the harvest that I reap. So let's dive into the law of authenticity. The law of authenticity is the most valuable gift you have to give or to offer is yourself. Come on, y'all. Put hashtag authentic. Hashtag authentic. The law of authenticity is the most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. Is yourself. No lie. So if we think about what he said as a definition of success was sowing seeds that benefits others, it's like, I'm personally someone who enjoys seeing other people succeed at whatever that is they have in mind. So when I created Inspired Bosses, it was because I know we all have a different path. I know we all have our own definitions and imaginations and way that we want to live. But you can boss your life in so many different areas. And a personal story of how gratitude is leading me to success is I had a great job throughout college, right? And most people can't say that they can have a job like I had. It was very flexible and it worked. It helped me get through college. And I used to go in there on the front end of me having that job. I used to go there and be sour and have an attitude about it. And I had to ask myself, why do I have an attitude? I have good health. I have a good job that I can go to that will let me go to class and still work. That was something that I needed to be grateful about. And it's the smallest things. I think that a lot of the times in life we take for granted the smallest things are the things that we get for free. Like the breath in my body. I can be grateful for that. Like, that is a great way to start your gratitude, your path and your journey of gratitude for success. Being grateful that you have a voice that can communicate very well. You know what I'm saying? Being in your right mind. You got your brain with your body when you came out of your mother's womb for free. Nobody said, you need to buy this. And I see y'all's comments. Comment hashtag gratitude. I mean, it's those things that we get for free that we take most for granted. But when we focus on what we do have more so than what we don't have, and that's gratitude. And you'll see more of what you do have versus what you don't have. Maybe coronavirus coming in and taking over and getting us all out of whack has shown us how much we should be grateful for. And then that makes me want to go into, since we've defined success, is saying this right here. You cannot completely tie what you do to who you are. Come on, somebody say, Don't tie myself to what I do and who I am. Those are two separate things. Hopefully coronavirus has showed us that if I get laid off of this job, or if I can't do this certain thing, that does not make me less valuable. That does not make me less successful. I'm still grateful because I get to wake up and I get to see my friends and family. And maybe I'm not in perfect health. Maybe I can't move my legs. Maybe I don't have both arms. Or maybe one of my eyes is not too good right now. But what can I look for in my day to be grateful? So going back to that story about me having this job that carried me through college, and I'm so forever grateful for that job and the people that helped me along the way. It's like I had to look for the little moments. You know, I walked in there some days and I didn't have a desk. I didn't have something that I felt I should have. But because of my attitude changing over time and me just saying, you know what, I'm going to work anyway. They can put me in a closet as long as I get my check and I get my work done. Because I had to find ways to be grateful and have gratitude. And that is what made me successful. I think sometimes we have this huge idea of what success could be, but it can be what you want it to be, what you dare it to be, what you dream it to be. My idea of success can be totally different from yours. And we have to stop. I have to stop every day comparing what I'm doing and who I am to somebody else. Because what measuring stick are we using? What measuring stick are we using with this, y'all? Like, your success journey is yours. Your path is yours. So you get to determine what you see as great, small, huge, all of that. You get to define what you think of that. So, but you have to know that what you do is not always who you are. Who you are a loving person, a person with personality, or someone who gives optimism and shares optimism with people. And that brings me to my next point. I've been reading this book called You Win in the Locker Room First, right? And it asks a question. It says, know what you stand for. And it said, what do we want to be known for? So in your life, when you're thinking about all of the things that you want to accomplish in success and how to be grateful, what do you want to be known for? 6 years ago, I made a status that basically said, I want to be known to be the person that gave you a smile in a day that you probably couldn't find a smile. I want to be that person to assist you in just being positive. And that was 6 years ago, y'all. I can't even, what was I thinking that day? I guess it's just always who I've been. But moving on, gotta know what you stand for and what you want to be remembered by. Somebody comment and say, stand for something. And he talked about in chapter 2, contagious, right? He said, germ of vitamin C. You have to be contagious with a vision and mission. So even in your day-to-day life, what is your vision for yourself and the people around you? What is your mission every day? What is your mission? What's up, everybody? He said, I believe that a vision and mission should include the greatness you want to chase with the focus on the character traits and the purpose that inspires you to get there. That's a mouthful, you all. It's all about character. Everything that we are designing, there's this quote, it says, everything that we are designing is designing us back. So yeah, you may be working on a relationship with somebody who you need to mend some broken things with. That is developing and designing you, your authenticity. Maybe you're working on a business model, but it's designing you back. It's building some character in you. It's teaching some things that you need to be grateful for. Coronavirus is teaching us some things that we need to be grateful for. Realign our focuses, realign what we see as greatness and success. And you don't have to have the same success definition as I do, because you have your own life to live. Maybe your definition of success is saying, man, I'm going to make sure I tell my wife or my husband or my children that I love them and look at them in their eyes. That's success. Or maybe I'm going to get up this morning and do 5 push-ups. Or maybe I'm going to get up this morning and I'm going to pray. I'm going to center my mind. I'm going to journal. You know, what is success for you? As we're going through coronavirus and we can't do the normal things, this is our current normal. And I stole that little tagline from a lady that I texted today, checking on her. And she said, I just like to call it the current normal. But sometimes, and I want to do this throughout this talk, is distort your reality. Because sometimes our reality and our circumstances tell us no. Tell us that we aren't good enough, that we don't have anything to offer. But I just want you to know that you being you is enough. Your definition of success is enough. You don't have to live up to anybody else's measuring stick. And I'm telling myself this too, because I've done it. I've been driven by others' expectations. That was a great question my aunt asked me. And it can be healthy and it can be unhealthy, just depending on the drive and what you're doing. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to read the law of authenticity to you all one more time. The most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. That is the law of authenticity. The book is called The Go-Giver. You should read it. It's a great story. Easy read, about 122 pages. When I was doing network marketing, I would sit down with people and I would give them this book to see how interested they were in success. Because really, they say it's a secret. It's a secret to success. But it's only a secret if you're not looking. You got to knock on that door and you will find it. You need to be searching and you're going to find it. Talk to people and they're going to tell you. They're going to see what you're fighting for. And I'm fighting for you all. I'm fighting to help us create a better version of ourselves. I want us to boss our life. Boss our individual lives. That is what Inspired Bosses is about. It's about originality. It's about being authentic. It's about being you. It's about being that best version of yourself. It's about being creative and creating things that you know that you want to accomplish, or creating relationships that are going to be beneficial for you, or creating new standards and new boundaries that are going to be beneficial for you. Not being selfish, but being self-full. You know what I'm saying? That is what Inspired Boss is about. It's about that excellence journey, that journey of excellence. It doesn't just happen overnight. And I have to remind myself all the time. My uncle said one day, in due time, grasshopper, slow down, grasshopper. And that's my 15 minutes. But in due time, you all, redefine those definitions of success. Focus on those small free things that you got and be grateful about it. Because the more you look at what you do have, the more you see what you do have. And you don't have to focus on what you don't have. Now, I'm not saying get beside yourself, never do anything because you want to create a low standard of success, whatever that may be, but have a standard of success that pushes you to challenge yourself to become a better version of you. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's all about you. You cannot get tied up in all the things that you do that you don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You can have a turn it on, turn it off button. Sometimes you do need to be straightforward, but sometimes you need to be vulnerable and transparent. You know, and I've had to learn it. I'm still learning. And then the last piece of my business, the value word, is faith. It takes faith to pursue what you see as success. It takes faith to be in this world and not know everything that's going to happen. It takes faith to wake up every morning and say, hey, I'm going to go for this. I don't know exactly how it may pan out because everything is not in my control. But I do want to say that I'll be back next week. It was a tie and it was crazy. We couldn't break the tie with A and B. So I guess I'll talk about B next week, which is how to win your day. But you all, I just really hope and pray that you find those small things and you be grateful, because once you be grateful, you will see that I have so much more than I thought I did. I have so much more than I thought I did. And there were some rewards along the way. I think people see me and they know my heart. They know I'm pure. They know I'm genuine. So that opens so many more doors because I have an attitude of gratitude, and I spread positivity and optimism. And that's the last thing that I wanted to say. He said in his book, and I went to the locker room first, he said, I'm convinced one of the most important things a leader must do is to be positive and optimistic. There is research that supports this and actually shows that optimism is a competitive advantage. He said, people often call me an overachiever, but I'm not an overachiever. I'm an overbeliever. I'm going to say that one more time because y'all might need to hear this. I'm just saying. He said, Kirsten, I'm trying to do something. Yes. You don't have to be in here. He said, people often call me an overachiever, but I'm not an overachiever. I'm an overbeliever. Hashtag I'm an overbeliever. Say hashtag overbeliever. For sure, y'all. Like, for real, for real. So, remember to be grateful about the small things. Find those small things to be grateful for, because you're going to see a lot of different successes for you. You're going to see a lot of more different doors open for you. A lot of more people being willing to give unto your bosom. A lot of more people being saying, hey, I'm going to send you this. I'm going to do this for you. Just because you know now how to be grateful for the small free things in life. And that's all I got. If nobody has any questions or anything else they want to say, I just want to say I humbly thank you for tuning in tonight and listening to what I have to say. I hope you all share this. I hope you all go like my Inspired Bosses page. I still have a lot of things to create within this. And it's a journey, but I'm definitely up for it. I thank you so much. It would not be possible without you all being here on this live. So share, like, comment. I'll be back here next week at 8 p.m. And I'll be talking to you, I guess, about topic B. But if something else comes to my mind that is maybe I feel more valuable at the time, I'll do that. We got to put that on a shirt. Overbeliever. Oh, yeah. Hashtag overbeliever. I'm so glad you all commented and tuned in. I feel so good. I got this off my chest. I just want to say I love y'all. I'll be back next week. And remember, be inspired.